I was hoping mass assault. We do not have the manpower for that. So, no. I mean, really the only benefit of trusting the West is the fact that we get that extra research slot. Whereas if we do the Entente of our own, we still have the guarantee from France. You have as much manpower as you usually do. Yeah, that's true. But we get bonuses like the Security Council with the max planning. Which is where Grand Battle Plan would really do well. Like, stacking up the max planning on top of the Grand Battle Plan max planning is pretty potent. But you do need to have a national focus that does that to really unlock it. I really wish I could delay this a little bit. Too far ahead of time. Don't really want to do fuel refining just yet. No, I've really got to start on a land doctrine. So I think instead of framing it which diplomatic path to go, I'm just going to frame this as which doctrine to go. So, Grand Battle Plan. Or mobile warfare. I don't think superior firepower will work for this setup. So Grand Battle Plan works really well with heavy tanks, which we are almost certainly going with. It also has the very, very high max planning, which will go very, very well if we do go for Little Entente. The downside is we don't know for sure if we are. Mobile warfare is probably the safer choice, because we know that we can get those tanks, and we are definitely getting tanks. But it won't be quite as strong as Grand Battle Plan if we get the Little Entente, if that makes sense. So those are your choices. We can either go for Grand Battle Plan and hold out hope that we go Little Entente, or we can take the mobile warfare and take the safe route. Because this will kind of depend on what France and Britain do. It will also depend on what our other neighbours do. This dilemma is why Czechoslovakia is fun. Yeah, see, I was kind of hoping that this dilemma would be appearing in a year, rather than now. Defender, thank you very much for the follow, welcome to the channel. And Yoshi, thank you very much for the follow, welcome to the channel. Grand Battle Plan feels real strong now. Was it buffed again? I know that superior firepower was nerfed, although it didn't get as big a nerf as Grand Battle Plan did back in the day. Still one of the most unnecessary nerfs. I don't understand why they did it. Not buffed? Yeah, I didn't think it was. I don't remember seeing anything about it. Mobile warfare was also nerfed a bit, was it? Oh, interesting. I mean, superior firepower and Grand Battle and mobile warfare being reduced in strength probably makes it more in line with Grand Battle Plan. Why was it nerfed? If you mean Grand Battle Plan, then I don't know. I don't understand why. Okay, so Grand Battle Plan has definitely won with a whopping 74%. So we're going to be starting to research superior firepower. Trench warfare. This does also have a couple more defensive modifiers early on, which Mobile Warfare most assuredly does not. Alright, political advisor. Do we want a political advisor? Do we want the tank designer? Tank designer is not going to be useful until 39. That's not true because we are able to research the heavy tank. It's just that the heavy tank isn't great until 41. Get the industrial research speed to get our industry going faster. We have a genius army morale recovery rate. Interesting. You know what? I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure what recovery rate does. I'm guessing it's the speed you get your organization back again. Which, if you're under constant attack, could be useful. I think I'm going to take the industrial concern. We're going to try and get our industry going. And let's disable that one so we don't get tempted to click it. Not that I would be tempted to click it, I more meant accidentally click it. Okay, these tank divisions are really weak. Yikes. Okay, next we are going to want local specialization and united populations. And it would be really nice to get these three, but I feel like we probably need to get the diplomatic stuff going. With the continued investment in the industry of all regions of the country, some areas have begun to specialize in certain goods and services. We can encourage this further. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, Germany. Attended by athletes from 49 different nations around the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics were the first in history to have enjoyed limited television coverage. Right, that's now only 155 days, which I will get. Because I want to make sure our construction is up and running. I don't know if I want the efficiency. We're going to want engineers, because we're going to want to dig in. And we're going to want to dig in hard. Spanish Civil War has kicked off. That's quite early. A number of recent political initiatives combined with our policy of balanced industrial growth has led to the Czechs and the Slovaks nationwide feeling much more united in purpose. A royal wedding in Brazil. Today, Dom Duarte Nuno, Duke of Braganza, married Princess Maria Francisca of Orleans-Braganza in the Petropolis Cathedral in Brazil. So they are going in kingdom. That seems to be remarkably common. I think next I'm actually going to change my manpower law. Feels super early to do that. Or we can get partial mobilization. We should probably get partial mobilization. I didn't realise we could have got that so early. But yeah, we have loads of war support. Interesting. Right. Let's get those built. And then I think what I'm going to do is set up another line of forts. Doing something completely different from how I usually play this. But we have to go defensive and we have to do it early. Continue on the grand battle plan. And get me more manpower. No! Industry. Industry, industry, industry. Then we can do manpower afterwards. Because this means that we get even more factories to build more stuff more fast. $339-day research sounds like a bit of a waste. There's nothing you can do about it until we get more army experience, which we don't have. Let's get the political direction. Our democracy is young, has not yet been strongly tested, with both fascism and communism on the rise throughout Europe. The question has to be asked, is the right direction, or if not, what is? Building forts is a waste. To focus sets it to level 7. See, I kind of wish it told you stuff like that. Adds 2 forts everywhere. Set forts to level 3. You're right, it does. Adds 3 forts. So we kind of want to do that, then that. Sets them to level 5. Sets them to level 7. Yeah, okay. Thank you for pointing that one out. And there goes the manpower already from having integrated Slovakia properly. More guns, because we're going to need a lot of those. Yeah, I think I made the right decision in terms of which direction I went. Because it means that all of these units are getting up to full strength already. And we were quite far behind in terms of that. Alright, it's already 37. We still can't see what the Germans are doing. To the extent where I think I do actually want to get one of these so I can watch them. What do we want to call the secret intelligence agency for the Czechs? Check on the enemy. Checkmate. Oh, that's good. It's got to be the rook then. It's got to be. Oh, I like it. Okay, checkmate. Executive decision made. Going from Victoria's Secret to checkmate. You guys are great at that. Alright, so we got the political direction. We're going to go Democratic Bastion, then Beacon of Liberty so that we can get the research boost. Oh, this puts us all the way to extensive conscription. Okay, it's a good thing that we didn't get the mobilization law. Czechoslovakia is a bastion of democracy in Central Europe and shall remain so, come what may. Construction done. And we have enough of this to tech up again. So... what? Theorist? Yeah, it's gotta be, really. And... machine tools. Engineer company is done. France is investing in metropolitan France. You're doing all of your industrial stuff. Britain's just doing industrial effort, 4-year plan, army maneuvers, limited self-government. If the Germans get scared and never attack, is that mission accomplished? Yeah, pretty much. And we actually have sufficient surplus equipment now. So we're going to start training a couple more of these. And there it is. Checkmate is done. 30 days and we get an agent, and then we can start spying on the Germans and seeing what they are doing. What's the goal in this run? Survive or fight on in exile? Survive. I mean, if we do have to fight on in exile, we will. But it'll be very difficult to get our troops away. I mean, honestly, we just need infantry divisions. More and more infantry divisions. So we're doing Democratic Bastion. Next, I think we'll do Strategic Decision. No, Beacon of Liberty. Strategic Decision. Fortifications. Where would you exile to? Exactly. If Romania was open, we could get military access through Romania. We could potentially retreat down to here and then sail away. Which is historically what happened. A lot of Czech troops managed to escape through Romania. The Mexican junta declared war on Mexico. And we have an agent. So we can have a master interrogator. Someone who is tough, or a tough master interrogator. I think I'm going to go for the tough master interrogator. And that's actually good, because we're probably going to leave you here doing counterintelligence eventually. But in the meantime, I want to take a look at Oberbayern. Hopefully before Germany gets any defences up. Oh, we can't do this. We need to have more than 70% support for democracy. Oh, we're at 65. We'll be fine. Alright, strategic decision then. A storm is gathering over Europe. The threat of war looms. But how shall Czechoslovakia meet the challenges ahead? And we can get another one. He's gone again! As soon as you get the agency, the elusive gentleman disappears. So it's not that the agency is a requirement; it's a requirement not to have, except for the fact that he is. Well, if this spy gets captured, then that month or 5 civilian factories was completely wasted. How much time do these need? I hope they're not full 70 days. God damn it. Yeah, we need to get going on those sooner rather than later. Do I want the genius division recovery rate? Or do I want... Okay, this is actually quite a difficult decision. The genius recovery will let us win individual fights, and we'll be like that war in Brazil, except we'll be able to regain our organization quicker. We are going with massive stacks of infantry, which means we are going to have very high organization. And that's going to be our primary defense. I don't think we're actually going to do that much damage. And defense just means that we resist more damage. I'm going to take the recovery. Oh, the humanity! Let's get weapon research stuff going too. Wow, you guys got equipped quickly. It seems like our industry is just humming along, which is quite nice. Any suggestions for division templates to defend against Germany as the Netherlands? I mean, frankly, very similar to what I'm trying to do here, just big stacks of infantry. Get your defense as high as possible. Just make yourself an immovable object. Regional Defense Council of Aragon declared war on Spain. So the anarchists have risen. I want 3 more divisions, and that'll be a full set of 24. Anarchist uprising in the Spanish Civil War. Continued government attempts at reasserting centralized control over the mostly independently acting anarchist communes in northeastern Spain, as well as the Stalinist repression of dissident communist viewpoints, has now led to a full-blown infighting on the Republican front. Oh, they never killed the... Oh no, that was probably going all the way around. So the anarchists just cut these guys off. Yuri Lopez, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. Uncertainty has long reigned in the Soviet Union. While details are scarce, there has been a series of secret trials on the highest level, and both generals and ministers have disappeared from the public eye. Alright. July 37. It is time to really get serious, except I can't see what France is doing. You've still got all of your negatives. Ah, but agricultural protectionism means that they've gone down here. So France is going moderate, which means allies. Britain's doing the BSA company, so I don't think they're doing anything crazy. So we are going to have strong allies.